Grand Rising and Great New Day. Welcome back to my channel, Shadows to Sunshine. I'm Cherish, and I'm here with your New Moon Oracle reading for the month of April. It's going to be a little bit different today. Instead of doing the White Light Oracle, we're going to use the Angels and Ancestors deck by Kyle Gray, and I will be using the Cosmic Dancer for clarifiers today. So let's go ahead and get started. Let's see what we got today. And this is the new deck. This is why there was no reading last week. It arrived. I wanted to spend some time with it, get personal with my deck. Very beautiful, like earth-toned deck. Love it. Love the size, how easy it is for me to use. And the messages come through really, really strong from this deck. So we're going to dive into that and see. And as I said, spent a lot of time last week with this deck. And I do apologize already in advance. Husband is in the middle of a heated match of Call of Duty. So, you know how that goes. So let's see. We're going to do a 3-card spread. We have the White Witch telling you to be the light. We have the Earth Mother saying feel loved and comforted. And the Fire Guardian igniting your passion. Okay, really good cards so far from what I've studied. Let's get clarifiers out as well. Oops, excuse my hand. Am I smacking? This gum is so stinking good. I treated myself today with some gum, so just pay me no mind if I'm smacking in your ear. If it's that bad, just mute it and the CC will pick up. And you can read what I'm saying. But no, I'll do better. So let's see what we have for clarifiers. Create a sacred light. Create a sacred space. Be ecstatic. And notice the patterns. Okay, so we got some pretty cards here. So first we're going to start with the White Witch, be the light, with the clarifier of create a sacred space. So we're going to get the little stand here. So we can stand this one up since that's the one we're focusing on right now. And that's the clarifier. Okay, so with the White Witch, basically you need to take the higher road and choose the light. Remove yourself from lower energy experiences. And I think the best way to do that is what the cards are telling you to do. You need to create a sacred space. The space needs to be dedicated to your divine purpose. Whatever you wish to have or experience is waiting in the wings until you make a place for it in your life to flourish. So get rid of all those low vibrational things that you're dealing with, experiences, people, places, music, all of that. Just rid yourself of it. Create a sacred space for you to come into your light. And we're going to go ahead and move on to the Earth Mother. I love this card. I actually got this card in 3 separate readings that I did for myself. I was like, oh yes, Mother Earth. But we know that I'm a Taurus. So, you know, I love my earth signs. So with that, you got the clarifier, be ecstatic. And so let's go ahead and dive into that. So right now, you need to allow yourself to be cherished. Earth Mother is protecting you with a shield of love and light. And you need to be ecstatic about that. Like, find joy in the fact that you are protected. Liberate your energy now by reveling in the constant flow of the pleasures that compromise this glorious earthly experience. So, go ground yourself and be happy in it. Like, allow the earth to love you the way that it is supposed to. And just a point of reference, the White Witch and the Earth Mother, for didn't mean to go that far into, but they're sacred ones. And with the first card, we're tapping into the let's make sure I say this right as well. Is reflecting. So you have the strength and the gifts to be the light by creating a sacred space for you to exist in that. And with the Earth Mother, That's your heart, what your heart wants you to know about your situation. And that is that you're protected. And you should be happy about that. No matter what is coming, you are covered, girl or guy or he, them, they, she, she's, theys, and all in betweens. It applies to that, like knowing that you're covered, but Earth Mother is divine feminine energy. So just recognize that. And then we're going to move on to your fire guardian. So we're going to move on to the fire guardian and get that set up so you guys can see how pretty that card is. Like, this is beautiful. Clarifier. Sorry. Lost my train of thought there for a moment. And we're going to go through the symbols in the cards because there's a lot pointing out. But with the fire guardian, you need to connect with your desires. The spark could lead you to something beautiful. So you need to know that the object of your inquiry has been a recurring pattern in your life. So you've been asking for this over and over and over again. And it's not clicking or it's not happening the way you anticipated it. But that's what this third card represents. This is the challenge. You need to ignite your patterns, your passion, and notice the patterns that you're repeating that are preventing you from being able to embrace that section of your life and making those changes that you want. Each time that similar lesson appears, you have the opportunity to learn it in a new and more profound way until you master it and ultimately integrate it. It's just time for you to free yourself and transcend from the old patterns that you had in order for you to ignite those passions. So getting out of those bad habits, those things that get in your way, those low vibrational energies that we were just talking about. And I love that the fire guardian popped up because we are in Aries season, so it's definitely fire season. And if I'm correct, yeah, this new moon is in Aries. So there's a lot of fire energy going on. So we need to be aware of that as we step in. But I want to talk to you about the cards. Like, I'm going to show you each card and its clarifier so you can see just like how amazing the symbols are when you get them up close and actually recognize the similarities in them. And I love how we have the pyramid here and the pentagram here. And those are very, very influential in the practice. But I love, especially this one. If you look at the Mother Earth and you look at Be Ecstatic, look how they're both birthing something. Life is bursting from both of these cards. Vibrance. You just being wrapped in that beautiful energy. So be mindful of that when you're looking at them. Like, even she's sitting in a flower and we have flowers and leaves in the crowns. Like, how glorious is that? So then when we come to the fire garden, this was the one that caught my attention and I had to look down at the cards. I noticed like there's a lot of energy going on the right side of both of these cards, how the wings are to the right, how the shell is to the right. So something in my spirit is telling me that the person that this message is for, be mindful of what is going on with your right side, or beware what's coming from the right. Something is happening, and I do apologize that I can't be more specific about it. But back when we go to the visuals, like, you see the swirl patterns in this card. Let me pull it up better. Hopefully you guys can see it good. Okay, you can see a few of the swirls here and how they're moving that. And then look here. We have the swirls. We have the patterns. And then we have the double helix. So, like I said, we pulled into a lot of good energy with this reading. And the message is coming through pretty strong. Like, you need to create your sacred space. Like, so you can tap into your special gifts. You need to understand that right now in this situation, you are covered and you are protected. Find joy in that. And then the challenge is just igniting your passions by noticing the patterns that you get caught in and those things that don't mean you any well and that are holding up your progress to getting to your true path and your true light. So now that we have done that, we're going to go ahead and dive into your mudra. I like to give mudras on new moons. I did get out of the habit of doing them all the time. And this is, like I said, I mean, it's the start of a new season, so I'm not sure if I'm going to continue to do the readings as in depth as this one where you're getting like every deck I have. But we'll see how it goes. So let's get ready to get your mudra on, what you need to be meditating, and the focus for your daily affirmations until the full moon, and I give you guys a new one, or just add this one to the ones you're already using. So let's see what we got. Energize. We've gotten this one before. You guys know what to do. I'm going to put my hand in the way. That's what it looks like when you're meditating. So, energize. We have gotten this one before, and that's crazy to me. I'm sorry, because it is definitely an air element. So I'm shocked that, the spirit sent air for us to focus on, but apparently that's what we need to do. So you need to be focusing on, I offer my energy and optimism as a gift for others. I offer my energy and optimism as a gift to others. That makes sense, considering we've been trying to figure out what your gifts are and things like that. You need to be focused again, figuring out your path, figuring out your passions, removing all those other distractions that prevent you from finding the true light inside of you. You're going to have to get rid of that stuff. So, you're not getting a full white light oracle reading by any means, but we are going to see which oracle is watching over us right now and gauge what message they have from the divine reading we've had. So let's see. The Queen of Nagas. We love her, don't we? We love all of this, how she's reserved in herself and pulled in, but all this beauty and majesty is around her. So the Queen of Nagas, as usual, she's bringing you two messages. The first one is you need to maintain your integrity and take your emotional healing journey. You are placing yourself within a powerful field of spiritual protection. Earth Mother doesn't play that. And the second message that this oracle brings is that something of great value is at work in your world. Your spirit works with subtlety, and even when it's accomplishing like a masterful stroke, you may not even have a clue that it's happening. So trust your process. And with her saying that you're about to go through an emotional healing journey, or you're currently on one, that really makes a lot of sense with what the ancestors and angels oracle was presenting. Because there's a blockage, and like I said, I'm not sure why, but the right is just weighing very heavy in my heart right now. So I don't know who this is for, but something's going on with the right side. Something is coming through about a shake, like a handshake maybe. So be mindful of maybe like potential contracts and things like that coming in that you need to review. Don't secure anything but a gentleman's handshake, okay? Make sure everything is fine-tuned in writing. You have your backup, and you read carefully. Make sure you're reviewing everything you sign, even that small print that may seem insignificant. And you're like, oh, I've done this before. I know how this is going to go. Don't get caught up. No, don't get caught up. Like, that's the best that it's coming through for me. Somebody's spirit is coming through to tell you, no, it's not right. It's not what you're wanting it to be. It's not going to end up the way you want it to. So you have to do the work on you first for you to be able to receive what it is that the spirit is trying to give you. I know this reading went a little bit longer than my other ones, and I hope that you guys can hear me much better now. I did get another headset. If this one does not work, well, then we'll just revisit another one. But thank you for your journey and taking this time out to come watch my video. I hope you hit that like and subscribe button, so make sure your notification bell is on so you get notified every week of my uploads. And thank you guys for tuning in yet again as we journey from the shadows to the sunshine. Again, I've been Cherish, and I appreciate you guys hanging out with me for a little bit. Have a great one. Be blessed.